I've been asked this question countless times. Can I become a Hindu? For many, Hinduism seems like an exclusive club. You're either born into it or you're out. I remember when I was younger, I used to say this as a point of pride. You have to be born a Hindu to be a Hindu. But as I got older, I realized that truth, it's a lot more complicated than that. There are many Hindus who take their faith for granted. And then there are those who come to Hinduism as a true seeker, and they find something in it that resonates with them. So in this video, I'll share 3 things that can help you embark on your own journey into Hinduism. Whether you're a curious seeker or you're a born Hindu looking to deepen the connection with your faith. This video is the first in a series I'm going to be making on how to become a Hindu, but I'm taking an unconventional approach. Most videos out there, they dive straight into the philosophies and the metaphysical explanations of the universe, but instead, I'm going to look at 3 things that you need to have in order to become a Hindu. The right mindset, the right process, and dedication. I promise that in future videos, we'll get into the nuts and bolts of Hinduism, but first, I'll show you why these 3 things are needed to start your journey. So let's get to it. The biggest and hardest step in becoming a Hindu is unlearning everything you thought you understood about the world. In a sense, it's almost like being in the Matrix, having to choose the easy from the difficult. And this requires approaching Hinduism with an open mind. But this isn't easy. The world is largely built upon morals and values that come from a Judeo-Christian perspective. Therefore, having to change this mindset is going to come with struggles, I guarantee it. Think of it trying to read a map upside down. It takes time, it takes patience, and you need to have the willingness to see things differently. So let me flip your perspective. Growing up here in Canada, I often questioned whether the stories I heard about our Hindu deities were actually real. I was 10 years old when I received a copy of the Amar Chitrakatha comic series on the 10 avatars of Lord Vishnu. These are the 10 incarnations of Lord Vishnu. Let me tell you how excited I was to actually read it and see the stories come to life. But it also left me with a lot of questions about creation and whether these stories were real. And it sent me down this rabbit hole of searching for more answers to my questions. But it wasn't until I got older that I realized the reasons for my questions were there because there were real differences in the Hindu worldview. It wasn't that the stories weren't true, it's just that they operated on a different level of truth. A concept we'll explore more deeply in a moment. But my question to you is, how do you cultivate the mindset that prepares you for understanding the Hindu worldview? And let me tell you, this is the hardest thing to overcome when you're trying to start out in understanding Hinduism, especially when you're approaching it as an outsider. But the key isn't more complex philosophy, that's the thing. Surprisingly, it's something that is simple and accessible to everyone. Reading and understanding the Hindu Puranas. The Sanskrit word Purana translates to ancient story. It's these texts that are foundational to the Hindu tradition, and they were initially transmitted orally before being written down. And let me tell you, the Puranas, they contain a wealth of knowledge. They explain the stories, the genealogies, and they also explain complex philosophical concepts in a very accessible way. They help in teaching the Hindu understanding of the world through these stories. And this is the kicker. These stories aren't meant to be taken literally in the same way every time. They're layered with meaning, inviting you to delve deeper into discovering your own understanding. There's no need to memorize philosophies or texts at this beginning step of your journey. You need to immerse yourself in the Puranas so that your mindset shifts. This is key. The person whose translations I've relied upon is Vivek Debroy, but I didn't come to him until I was much older. If you're curious to learn more about the Puranas, start with the Bhagavad Puran or the Vishnu Puran. And trust me, it will change the way you see the world, and it's a lot more engaging than you think. The next step in your Hindu evolution is process. What is it you actually have to do on a daily basis to become Hindu? Do you need to do anything? Well, if I'm honest with you, I think the majority of Hindus don't do anything at all, which is an entirely different problem. It's a little like calling yourself a chef, but never stepping into the kitchen, isn't it? But I don't want you to be like that. The process of becoming Hindu requires the right mindset and doing something daily. And I'm not talking about complicated rituals that take hours. I'm talking about something you can fit into your busy life starting today. It's not something abstract or vague. These processes have been documented and they took the form of ritual worship, or what is known as puja. I made a video on this almost 6 years ago where I defended the practice of puja. A puja can be as simple as you want, or it can be a complex set of interconnected rituals that can last for hours. This daily practice, even in its simplest form, helps to center your mind, connect you with the divine, and integrate Hindu principles into your daily life. Think of it as a daily reset, a chance to reconnect with your inner self. As a beginner, the effort to do something needs to be there. So what is it you can do? It can be as simple as lighting a diya or an oil lamp. Don't use a tea light, that's for the lazy. Make the effort to use ghee, a cotton wick, and simply light a diya in the morning. There's simple prayers or mantras you can recite. It's not rocket science. As I said, this is your entry into Hinduism. So take baby steps. Try incorporating a simple daily puja into your routine and see how it feels. Share your experiences in the comments below. What simple steps will you commit to this week? After cultivating your mindset and creating a process, the missing piece in your Hindu evolution is dedication. Being Hindu is a marathon. It's not a sprint. And this is where the concept of reincarnation comes into play. Your journey did not start in this lifetime. It may have involved multiple lifetimes, and you have found yourself on this path now. This isn't just about following a set of rules. It's a lifelong commitment to growth and self-discovery. You have to be in it for the long haul. The key is not to get off. The beauty in being Hindu is that there are multiple festivals and occasions that serve as reminders as to the path we are on. The challenge, though, is when you are a lone wolf, wanting to lead a spiritual life, and everyone around you is supposedly carefree and enjoying what the world has to offer. Dedication to your path is necessary. For those that are already Hindu, how can you deepen your practice? What is one thing you can start today? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Let's hold each other accountable and inspire each other on this journey. When we speak of dedication, I'm reminded of my father. He was someone who did his puja every single morning in our home. And I remember waking up and seeing him in our altar room doing his daily sadhana. Sadhana is another word for spiritual practice. And these left impressions on my mind. As I got older and I started my own family, I realized that this practice needed to continue. I keep on saying that Hinduism isn't rocket science, but it's the simple things that we're forgetting in this life that is making us fall off the path of Hinduism. Simple things done daily. That's a dedication. This is just the beginning of your journey into understanding Hinduism. Remember, whether you are new to the path or seeking to deepen your practice, the key is to start with an open mind, embrace the process, and remain dedicated. You're not alone. There's a vast community of Hindus worldwide, over 1 billion of us, and we're eager to share our experiences with you and support you on your journey. Whether you're new to Hinduism or whether you were born into a Hindu family and you're looking to rediscover your roots, we're here to help each other. If you have learned something from this video, please share it with your family and friends. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done so. Leave a comment because it helps in the reach of this video, and I'll be sure to catch you in the next one. Om Shanti.